Everyone, thanks for being here. So today we are very excited to announce that we have released the new version, Vinchin Backup and Recovery version 7.2, to help you better understand the new key features of the new version. So today we will take around 40 minutes to give you this presentation and also a demonstration later to help you learn more details about the upgrade of the latest version. So let's take a look at what's new on this time upgrade. So in this version, Vinchin supports agentless backup and recovery for a new virtual platform, Proxmox VE, and have added more advanced features for Microsoft Hyper-V platform protection. For Proxmox VE, still Vinchin backup and solution is in an agentless and consistent way, with a wide range of advanced backup strategies like length-free transmission and provides multiple restore options. For Microsoft Hyper-V, Vinchin have added more advanced data protection strategies like forever incremental backup, granular restore, backup cloud archive, and etc. Because we know that many of our clients are using the Hyper-V virtualization now. Besides, one key feature I have to mention is that if your business is running in hybrid virtualization environment, then Vinchin is a very right choice for you because we support cross-platform virtual migration among 15 virtual platforms, including both Proxmox and Hyper-V this time. Don't worry, I will walk you with more details later on. So firstly, let's take a look at the overall data protection solution on Vinchin. Vinchin Backup and Recovery provides enterprise-level backup and disaster recovery solutions for both virtual and physical environment. For virtual machine backup, it is an image-based agentless backup solution. For physical backup, we support application-consistent database backup, massive files backup, agentless NAS device backup, and server backup to back up your entire physical machine system. We know that many companies have higher requirements for the backup performance and safety demand. So except for on-premise backup, Vinchin also provides offset copy and cloud archive functions for business continuity and disaster recovery. Easy to use and high performance are the essential principles for us. So with Vinchin Backup and Recovery, even your environment is very large and up to PB level data size, you can still easily get all backup jobs done by just adding multiple nodes to share with the backup workloads. The important point is that all the operations and management.
Save 了在微软。
Sorry? Okay, let's continue. The important point is that all the operations and management can be done in one unified web console for your greatest convenience. Now, for the new version 7.2, we support up to 15 virtual platforms for image-based agentless backup, as you can see this picture. Proxmox and Hyper-V are the two major updates for this time, so let's go through the update details. The first key strength is that Vinchin Backup for Proxmox and Hypersoft Hyper-V is truly agentless backup. You don't need to install agent on each virtual machine. Vinchin will directly interact with hypervisor and get quickly connected with the virtualization. It's much easier to deploy and get started. This greatly reduces the workloads of system administrator and improve work efficiency, especially when facing with a large number of virtual machines that need to be backed up. Next, name-free backup is supported for Proxmox VE virtual platform. If your environment has storage area network, you can directly transfer or restore backup data through storage area network. This is also called SAN transmission. This is a very recommended backup strategy because with length-free transmission, your backup process for Proxmox virtual machine is fast and efficient without any impact on your daily business operation. And next, forever incremental backup is now supported for both Proxmox and Hyper-V. It is another recommended backup strategy because with forever incremental backup, the backup process is much more efficient. Specifically, the backup window and backup size can be minimized, and the impact on production environment can be greatly reduced as well. And another useful feature for efficient incremental backup is SpeedKit. It is developed by Vinchin and works as an alternative of CBT function. Because for some customers who have higher requirements for the backup speed, you can turn on this feature, SpeedKit. It works for incremental backups to largely reduce the backup window. Next is our advanced data reduction technology. Vinchin provides 3 powerful data reduction tools: backup deduplication, backup compression, and bit detector. Bit detector is another Vinchin unique feature for further detecting and excluding unnecessary file blocks. All 3 built-in tools work together to reduce the backup size to the greatest level with data integrity, and at the same time to largely increase both the backup process efficiency and storage usage rate. Next part for virtual machine recovery. So firstly, we support full virtual machine restore. You can run single or batch virtual machines restore in one job at the same time, and you can customize the CPU and RAM configurations for the newly restored virtual machines. Besides, you can perform cross-platform, cross-cluster, and even cross-platform full virtual machine restore. The second one is granular restore. Granular restore is supported as well for both Proxmox and Hyper-V this time. We understand that in some cases, it is not necessary to take the time-consuming full virtual machine recovery, and you just need to recover some important or particular folders of files. So with Vinchin Granular File Level Restore, you can directly download specific files on backup system from any backup point, which is much convenient and time-saving. And the next restore option you can choose for Proxmox is Instant Restore. This is usually used for emergency cases like your critical business virtual machine is down and you have to maintain business continuity for daily business operation. Then you can run Instant Restore job to resume business as soon as possible. Normally, the RTO will be less than 1 minute. And my colleague Spring will show you this feature on the demonstration later on. And the principle here is that for the instant restore is that to create an instant restored virtual machine with the same configuration of the original virtual machine, and then directly run business on the new virtual machine by using the backup storage. The whole process will take about 1 minute to recover all the data, regardless of the virtual machine size. This is especially suitable for emergency cases, and after emergency passed and in business off time, you can carry out live migration job to transfer data back to the production area to continue business by using the virtual machine in the production environment. Next is Vinchin powerful agentless v2v migration. Proxmox and Hyper-V are both supported in this version. On Vinchin Backup and Recovery, you can perform cross-platform migration or recovery job between any 2 different Vinchin-supported virtualizations. Currently, Vinchin supports 15 virtual platforms v2v migration, as you can see in these pictures. These platforms are all supported. The migration can be in any direction between 2 platforms. For example, you can perform v2v migration job from Proxmox or Hyper-V to other 14 virtual platforms or from other 14 platforms to Proxmox or Hyper-V. The v2v migration process is very simple as well. No need to install any agent. Just connect both original virtual platforms and target virtual platforms to Vinchin, running backup jobs on the original virtualization and using the backups to create a restore job to the target virtualization, just like the normal restore steps. Very simple. And Vinchin will automatically complete the whole migration process. Besides, Vinchin supports instant agentless V2V recovery for all supported virtualizations. This means you can perform cross-platform instant recovery with RTO in 1 minute to realize business continuity. Next, let me introduce you with 3-2-1 golden backup strategy rules. So to keep your data safe, secure, and recoverable at first time from any disaster, it is better to maintain 3 copies of your data on 2 different storage types, and better to save one of your copy offsite or in cloud. And in this way, it could resist any disaster from data loss. Vinchin is strictly following this rule. So for both Proxmox and Hyper-V, Vinchin supports backup offsite copy and cloud archive. You can keep one offsite copy for disaster recovery or keep one for the cloud archive for disaster recovery, or you can keep for your data long-term retention demand. Because we know that in some industry, your company business data have to comply with the local data security regulations or laws for long-term retention requirements. So Cloud Archive is a very options for this. Lastly, but very importantly, I have to mention our effort on ransomware protection. We understand that nowadays many companies are confronting with a variety of cyber threats, which can cause huge amounts of losses to your business. Vinchin always put high value on data safety, so our product is developed with built-in ransomware protection. We use the kernel-level storage I/O monitoring. With this, it can defend ransomware or any other malwares that could attack your data. Except for Vinchin and whitelist application, any other applications or even root users cannot delete or modify any data on command line interface. This can prevent any malicious attack or any accidental human operation errors. So therefore, it can be guaranteed that your backup data safety is to the greatest level. Okay, so this is the end of my part.
So as my colleague Cecilia mentioned before, the main feature of our new version is that we have a new virtual platform supported, the Proxmox. And also we have some new features supported for Hyper-V. So for my demo, I will mainly focus on those 2 points. Firstly, I will show you is how we can protect Proxmox V virtual platform. Before we do that, there's 2 things we need to prepare. First is to add a storage to store the backup data. You see, those here are the storage type we support. A wide range of storage type, like the local disk, the fiber channel iSCSI, NFS share, CIFS share, and also the cloud object storage. And second things we need to do is also add the Proxmox on Vinchin. Just type in the IP address, the credential, and then download the plugin. Then we will add the platform on Vinchin. And also license it, then we are able to do the backup. And after those 2 things, we can start to do the backup. So for taking the backup job of Proxmox, there are totally 4 visas. Firstly, we need to choose the backup source. You can choose the multiple virtual machine in one backup job. And if there's a multiple virtual disk in one virtual machine, you can also execute specific virtual disk if you want. The second step is to choose the backup destination, where to store the backup data. So the third step is to configure the backup strategies. We have 2 modes. You can backup as a schedule, or you can do once-off backup. And if you set as a schedule, you can also choose to do the full backup, or combine the full backup with the incremental differential, or even you can do the forever incremental backup. Usually, we will just recommend our customer to run weekly or monthly full backup with the daily incremental backup. And here we also have the speed controller. You can use this to limit the max speed. And here you see for the data storage policy, we have the dedication compression to reduce the backup data size. It will reduce at least 50% data size. And also we have the data encryption to secure the backup data. And for the retention policy, we also have two modes, short-term retention and long-term retention. For short-term, you can just retain by number of restore points or by number of days. For the long-term retention, it's based on the famous GFS retention policy. You can retain the full backup, like a monthly, weekly, monthly, or even yearly for a much longer period. And some advanced strategy, like the bit detector. This is used to further reduce the backup data size. And for the transmission, you can choose the optional network to transfer the backup data. You can transfer through them, or if you have the SAN storage, you can also SAN storage SAN storage network. You can also use the SAN network. And we have the speed kit for Proxmox. The speed kit, it is a replacement for the CBT because like the Proxmox, it doesn't apply for the CBT function. And this is also Vinchin self-developed technology. And after we finish the configuration, we just take an overview. If there's no problem, we submit this job. And we can manually start this job. And here you can see the detailed run log. On the right side is the job summaries. So that's just basically how we do the agent list VM backup for Proxmox. And after the job completes, then we are able to recover the data we needed. And for the recovery, we also have multiple choice. You can do the full VM restore, and we also support the instant restore and the granular restore. And besides that, we also support the agent-list VTV migration. It can be done by the full VM restore or by the instant restore. And next, I will show you about our agent-list VTV migration is with the full VM restore. So there's also totally 4 steps. Firstly, we choose a restore point. Then second step, choose the restore destination. And you see here, I got all the platform I add on Vinchin before list here, which means I can migrate the virtual machine from Proxmox to any other platform I want that Vinchin supports. And here I will just restore to the VMware platform. And after I select the target host, it will send the request to ask for the resources of VMware platform. So it takes some time. And let's just wait for a moment. So also, as my colleague Cecilia mentioned before, for the V2V migration, now totally we support up to 15 virtual platforms for agencies V2V migration. It's very powerful, including the WinWare, Hyper-V, and also the Zen-based virtualization like Zen Server, Overt, and also the KVM-based virtualization like the OpenStack. It covers the almost the mainstream virtualization on the market. Then after we choose the target host, and we can also to configure the virtual machine, like the CPU, the RAM, and also we can choose the restore to specific virtual disk and choose the specific virtual network. And also you can and the third step is to configure the restore strategy, which is just similar as do the backup. So now this V2V migration job is already starts, and after this job completes, we can also go to the vCenter to check if we have this virtual machine there, and also just to see if we can use it. So this is how we do the V2V migration by with the full VM restore feature. I think now this job is almost finished. Okay, it's already done, and we can go to vCenter to check. So this is the virtual machine we just migrate from the Proxmox to WinWare. Then I will log in. And also I can log in into it. So now the migration is already a success. That's basically how we do the agencies virtual migration by use the full VM restore. And the next feature I want to show you is the instant restore. So for the instance restore, this is used for some emergency situation like the critical business VM is down. In this case, our instance restore feature can be helpful. It can resume business in 1 minute. It's very powerful and also very useful function. Also, you can to do the V2V migration by use the instance restore feature. So next, I will show you is how we can do the V2V migration by use our instance restore feature. Also, first we need to choose the restore point, and then we need to choose the target host. You see, I also have all the virtual platform listed here, which means I can migrate the virtual machine from Proxmox to any other platform by use the instance restore. Also, the same, I will migrate to VMware. And I will power on it. Let's start this job. So for the instance restore, firstly, it will connect to the vCenter and then mount the NFS data store. And it will create an instance restore VM on the target host. Then you can just directly run business on the instance restore VM. The whole process will take within 1 minute. And now we can see how long it will take. So I think now this job is already finished. And you see the whole process take even just like 30 seconds. It's really a short time, very short time. And also we can go to the vCenter to check for this virtual machine. It's already running. Also, I can use it. And you can also see from here, this instance restore virtual machine, it's use the NFS data store. So that's how we do the agentless V2V migration by using the instance restore feature. But the instance restore, you just use the temporary storage after the emergency situation passed. And in the business uptime, we also need to migrate this instance restore virtual machine to the production environment to guarantee the data consistency. So I will do the migration. And wait for a moment, it's still Let me try it again. I think today's our office network is not very good, so the process takes longer. So let's just wait for a moment. Okay. Oh, now it's still obtaining the information. Okay, now the migration job already starts. So for the migration, there's also totally 4 steps. Firstly, it will connect to the production host and create a migration virtual machine on the production host. And second step, it will migrate the original backup data to migration VM. The third step is to migrate the new generated data when the instance restore VM runtime. So now I will do one thing. I just create a new file to imitate the new data on the instance restore VM. And after this job completes, we can also to see if we have that new file. So that's the third step, migrate the new data when the instance restore VM runtime. The last step is to power off the instance restore VM. During the power off time, there's also some final cache data generated. Then we'll migrate those cache data. Then finally to power on the migration virtual machine. So with those 4 steps, we will migrate all the data to the production host to guarantee the data consistency. Okay, now the migration job already finished. And this migration virtual machine already power on. And you see, we also got the Vinchin one, this test file I just created before. So that means the new data also migrates to the migration virtual machine. Okay, so that's basically how we do the agent-based virtual migration. I show you just first is the full VM restore, second is the instance restore. The main difference between them is the instance restore. The VTV migration with the instance restore, it can be used for some critical business virtual machine to minimize the possible business downtime. And also for the next, we also have the granular restore. You can choose restore specific files or folders because sometimes it's not necessary to restore the whole virtual machine. It's time consuming. But I will show you this part. And the next part I will show you is about our Hyper-V platform. We have some new features supported for Hyper-V. Firstly is for the backup. So for backup session, the new supported feature is the first is the forever incremental backup. With the forever incremental backup, you can do it will only take one full backup, and then all of the following backup are incremental backup. With the incremental backup, you can to largely reduce the usage of backup storage. And also now the speed controller is also supported for Hyper-V. And next, the new feature is the data encryption to secure the Hyper-V backup data. So that's the about the new feature supported for Hyper-V about the backup session. And next is the restore. For Hyper-V, the most important feature is now we support agentless V2V migration for Hyper-V. For example, I just choose a restore point of Hyper-V, and also I will migrate to the WinRare. And those features like to configure the CPU, RAM, virtual disk, virtual network are also all supported. And the restore feature also similar as others. Okay, so now this job already starts. Let's wait for a moment. So I don't know from the audience, maybe some audience use the hybrid virtual environments. So I think our solution is also a good choice for you, because now we totally support 15 virtual platform for the V2V migration. For the hybrid virtual environments, you can do the agentless V2V migration across different virtual platforms to guarantee the business continuity. Okay, now this job already finished. So this is the virtual machine. We just migrate from Hyper-V to WinRare. Also, we can use it. I will log in. Then we can use it. Okay, that's for the Hyper-V V2V migration. And some other features of Hyper-V. New feature is the backup copy. Now you can also use the backup copy to send your backup data to offsite for the offsite disaster recovery. And also now the backup archive is supported for Hyper-V. You can also send your backup data to cloud for long-term retention. Okay, I think that's just all for my demonstration part.